You know, most actors, when their film gets launched at a place like Cannes, there is excitement, okay? But then when it's your film and you're the writer, director, producer and actor, then it becomes a little too much. On top of that, if it's your debut, then there's no scope for excitement, I can promise you that.
Some excitement.
Oh no, it's an overwhelming sense of nervousness, if anything else, yeah.
So you still get nervous after all these years? Or?
Oh, very much so. In fact, it gets worse by the year. You know, I've done 90 films in over 20 years, and I've realized that every time I go onto the set, it's that much more difficult. You know, I just feel like I will be found out and people will come to know the truth about me and I don't know how to act, and all sorts of insecurities that run through your mind. I guess that keeps you on your toes, but it's a horrible feeling to have. Where is Nambi, sir? So I had taken 2 years off to research on what this man had achieved and what he's managed to create and what happened to him. So I wasn't in any position to direct because I've never directed anything in my life. Like, I've never sat in an editing room. I haven't been to a film school, and it's not a good thing to say all that, because you know, you look at all these people and the amount of efforts they put in to get into where they are as directors. But this was thrust upon me when all the money was in, and the last minute, the director that was supposed to direct this film, he couldn't direct it, and so the choice was either dump the project or take on the mantle and take a risk. My investors were kind enough to think that I would be able to pull it off, and that's how it started. The world didn't know about his achievements. He was silently fighting a battle of his own, and he wasn't getting his due. And also, as a society, we have this instinct in us where we want to just find that one good boy in the group and single him out, you know. How can somebody be that good? How can you be the guy who does all his homework at the right time and, you know, toe the line and be dressed the way you're supposed to and, you know, listen to all that parents say? There has to be something wrong with you. And, you know, and in that endeavor, we end up doing so much of injustice with them. And I think Nambi Narayanan was one of those boys. And I just felt an uncanny urge to tell his story. At least the Indian actors, you know, we have to prove that we know what we're talking about. And I had a fair bit of engineering background, and I knew what I was talking about. But it took a little time for me to convince Mr. Narayanan that you know, I knew what he was talking about. I might not know everything about a rocket engine, but I knew what he had achieved. And once he was comfortable with that fact, once he knew that I was capable of understanding what he was imparting, then it became a fantastic synergy.